Growing up, we're always told money doesn't make you happy. Is that true though? I'm gonna go through with you guys that sweet spot of how much money you need every single month and what is that I don't really need to worry anymore. I will also go through whether money does make you happy, and if it makes you happy, so make sure you stay until the end and like this video because apparently it helps the algorithm and we're trying to benefit as many people as we can. Now usually we're told not to chase money. Usually we look at trying to chase money or have money in a negative way, or sometimes we rather can. It's not necessary that you see making money in a negative way, or rather chasing money in a negative way. I've mentioned this before and I'll mention this again. It's about what you do with your money that's important. But it's not just the obvious things of making money to then help and, for example, do charity. You also need money. Maybe you want to take your father or your mother to Umrah. Maybe you want to take them to Hajj because they've never been. What a beautiful thing for you to be able to take your parents to Umrah or Hajj. But maybe it's not just that. Maybe it's also allowing your wife to stay at home and where you make the money and she can look after the children, but you could only do that if you're making a certain amount. It's also about being able to make hijrah and stay in a country and live in a Muslim country, for example, if that's what you want, and we should all thrive for that. But the only way that's going to be possible and something you can have is if obviously you have a certain amount of money. So should we now just see money in a negative way? And in fact, some of the greatest people who are actually studying the deen to help give back to the Muslims and are therefore students of knowledge, they also need to make money for their families. They also need to make money for themselves, but we sometimes still see earning money in a negative way. And so I will say that actually money can make you happy in a certain way. However, it's important where you spend your money. And for example, I wouldn't say you go now spend £100,000 on a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, a Ferrari. Buy yourself some new things. Fair enough, if you can afford it, you can. That's not, I'm not saying don't. Actually, what I'm saying is helping that person who is in dire need of something where Allah has blessed you with money and rizq, then spending that for the sake of Islam and Muslims and giving back in charity and zakah is actually hands down one of the deeds that genuinely makes you very, very happy. Your heart feels this crazy sakina, which is peace. But guess what? You can only do that if you have a certain amount of money. But can you be happy without money? Yes, you can be happy without money. But for your ease, but for your family's ease and your situation, and to be able to practice the religion and be able to live a life that you want, not necessarily again to spend it on materialistic things, but yourself, there is no issue with you wanting to achieve wealth and have money. And so how much is that crazy amount? What's that beautiful number? I will say the truth is that actually when you're making 20, 30, 40,000 pounds a month, and if you get to that, and I'm not saying I am at that by the way, I'm just saying if someone was at that, the truth is there's not much of a difference between someone who makes 20, 30, 40,000 pounds a month and I would say £7,000 a month. Now £7,000 a month, you could be like, what, £7,000 a month? That's a lot. And I agree. I'm talking about what's that number which will make you feel like you can sleep at ease in the night, knowing that if tomorrow you got sacked, if you didn't have any savings, you could probably be lost another 2-3 months. And in my opinion, that's £7,000. Why do I say that? It's because you have to pay your rent, you have to pay for your children if you have children, you want your wife to stay at home and you want to be able to facilitate whatever she wants, you want to be able to go on a holiday every so often, you want to be able to pay your bills comfortably. Not in a situation where actually you pay for everything and you've got £1,000 left over, because if you get sacked from your job, then actually the second or third month, even if you've got a little bit of savings, you will be struggling. So whether it's through having a job and a few side hustles, I think £7,000 is that number. And so I would say you guys should try. Of course, if you can't, that's not a problem. I'm saying that is in my opinion, the sort of number in the UK where you could be like, yeah, alhamdulillah. If now that is your aim, inshallah, bi'idnillah, you will get it. Remember to speak for the sake of the Muslims, help, give back as much as you can, and always try to keep your intentions as pure as possible. Barakallahu feek. You guys are amazing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.